ToRaH Garden, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation.
Shalom, Shalom, Yashar, Yahudah, Grafted in Gentiles, and to the body of Mashiach. I love Yahuwah. I love the word of Yahuwah. I'm grateful for the witness of Yahuwah. I'm grateful for the water, the blood, and the RUACH. I just got finishing my 10-mile ride, and drinking on a protein shake. And I wanted to come outside and sit in the sun, right? The sun works in conjunction with our biometabolism, right? It is a source of energy. It works in conjunction with our melanin. And when we don't get enough sun, I truly believe that it affects our health, right? I truly believe it affects our health. You know, there was a study that I heard from a man who's a leading medical researcher. And he was talking about how African-American men have a higher rate of prostate cancer. And how that has been attached to their lack of vitamin D that they receive from the sun, right? And how they initially knew that if you just give them vitamin D, right, you could avert prostate cancer, right? Because we are a people who need, of necessity, sun, right? Now, it doesn't mean that the sun is the object of our worship. It doesn't mean that because I understand what the sun contributes does not mean that it needs to be worshipped. Right? We have been bamboozled, right, in the Christian church by sun worshipers, right, who have hid under the cloak of this Hebraic culture and turned it into a religion and has deemed it a New Testament religion. They have changed times and days. They've changed likenesses. They've introduced L's. And at the height of their experience, or at the source of their religion is this diabolical, satanic amalgamation of a bunch of idolatries that is supported by Sunday. Right. See, and we as a Hebrew people, we understood that Yahudah had times and seasons that we had to adhere to. Right? We could not allow those to get out of sync. Because once they get out of sync, it's going to be Yahudah that is going to be the one that has to restore them. It's going to have to be Yahudah. You know, he took our feast days. He took our Shavuos. He took our Shabbats. Meaning that he allowed these other nations to set themselves up in their wicked, diabolical way of doing things to bring about this deception that we see as Christianity. Right? Catholicism is, as an estimated, I think it says 1.3 billion followers. And Christendom is right behind that, right? All of these denominations, these doctrine of men, have all evolved from Catholicism, right? They're not messianic because they don't identify Yahushua Mashiach. They're not messianic, right? Because they engage on a worship on a day that is not Yahuwah's. They're not messianic because they worship Mary. They worship this Jesus on a cross. And they worship other else, even in the midst of their religions. Right? In Christianity, you're going to see all over the world in Christian churches the celebration of Christmas. Right? With this Nimrod phallic symbol, this tree and this gift giving. Right? And the Catholics have worked their way into combining, right, this gift giving in conjunction with the gifts that the wise men presented to Yahushua. But it's all paganism. You know, I'll remember when I was listening to CBN and Pat Robertson was talking about holidays and seasons. And you know, he has this lady that's always with him. And he came straight out and said that Christmas is paganism. Right? But yet in modern day Christianity, paganism is accepted. In modern day Christendom, paganism is accepted. The Roman Catholic Church has taken this Hebraic renewed covenant and profaned it and taken it to the four corners of the earth. Now, Yahuwah prophesied, right? prophesied. When he spoke to the serpent, he said, the seed of the woman shall bruise thy head, and you shall bruise his heel. His goings are going to be bruised. Because you're going to take this witness and deceive the multitudes. But it's only for a season. This Christian, Roman Catholic doctrine of men. And you know, the interesting thing is all these major denominations have their own doctrines. And their doctrines are supported by men. Doctrines supported by men. And these men take these doctrines, right, and build upon a heretic, a heresy, right, that has been distorted and perverted by the Roman Catholic Church. Now, you know, all of them crows came out from nowhere. Listen. Hassatan's time is up. His deception is up. His treachery and his trickery is up. Right? His game is exposed. The days of putting out the fires and covering up is over. It's over. Yahuwah's truth is going to prevail. In order to be in his kingdom, you must be born again of the water and the RUACH HaKodesh. And you know what? This cannot be accomplished in the Christian church. You can't worship in an environment where there's leaven and then not expect the whole loaf to be consumed with leaven. It takes just a little falsehood to ruin the whole. It takes a little falsehood. See, in my mandate from Yahuwah, having been born again of the water and the RUACH HaKodesh, my mandate is to bear this witness. Same mandate he gave to the apostles, right? To go and to preach and to teach this witness. I have the luxury of being able to present this word via this medium. Right? But have no problems with going anywhere and declaring Yahuwah's truth, his word, as the RUACH leads. Right? This witness must be preached. Listen, man or young woman, you ain't going to escape without this witness. You people which are called by his name. You people who profess to be his people. Understand your culture. Understand atonement. Understand Yahushua Mashiach's role. And understand what your obligation is. We don't worship on a Sunday. We don't participate in pagan practices. We don't worship other else. It's prophets that come out from among them, my people. Come out from among Christianity, Catholicism. Come out. Be separate. You got a whole family of Yahudim that will fellowship with you in the RUACH HaKodesh and will teach you ToRaH, that will lead you and guide you. Come out of that Christian doctrine. Come out of that sun worship. Come out of that adultery. Don't take part in their communion. Right? How can one experience the atonement, Pesach, the Lamb of Yahuwah, in a religion that does not hold true to his word? How? It's not possible. You know, Hebrews, this is Hebrews, the Negroes, Ron Dalton, he talks about critical thinking. He said, you just apply critical thinking. Right. Understand from a logical perspective. Not because just somebody says it, but because you've done your research and things just don't add up. See that these things don't add up. And then seek Yahuwah and RUACH. Seek Yahuwah and ask Yahuwah to show you and reveal it to you. Manifest it to you. The truth. And then when he does it, understand you need to be born again of the water and the RUACH HaKodesh. As a Hebrew, understand what the atonement means to you as a people. See, your forefathers understood atonement. See, your forefathers understood atonement. They knew what it meant to have the living Yahuwah. They knew it. Right. You need to understand it. You need to know what this price that was paid for you. You need to know it. You need to understand it. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, called to greatness. Woman of you were beautifully and wonderfully made today. Yahuwah's favored you. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining here in Florida. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy Yashar and be blessed. Shalom, shalom.
ToRaH Garden, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation.